Hello and welcome, this is Eagle Eye 621, and today we're going to be building this tiny, resource-friendly furnace XP farm. This is something you could conceivably build in your first day in a brand new world. Now let's talk rates, and then I will show you the materials that we need to build this, as well as upgrade it, and then go through the tutorial. Because this is a furnace XP farm, and because we're using a zero-tick mechanic to fast grow the cactus, this will run continuously as long as it's in a loaded chunk, regardless of where the player is. So if you plant this in your spawn chunks, it'll run 24/7 while you're out exploring the world, and if you're playing on a server, it'll even run when you sign off. So I prefer to think of these farms as how much XP they make per real-life day, and each one of these furnaces will generate 8,640 XP per real life day. That's enough to take your character from level 0 to level 30 about 6.2 times. So for this setup right here with both of them, that's 17,280 XP per real life day, or enough to go from 0 to 30 about 12.5 times. For the double-sided side, you just double those numbers. So let's see what you need to build it. And these are the materials for the double-sided version, and you can take a screenshot of that if you want. I will break down specifically how to build the small one and then how to upgrade it, and that is over here. So our normal piston and sticky piston, and this does have to be a sticky piston, along with the block of redstone, the dust, lever, a solid block, and a half slab, that makes up our redstone circuit right here. And then our furnaces with our hoppers, hopper minecart, sand, cactus, solid blocks, as well as some levers and some temporary rails, and your chests will make your first half right here. And then these materials that you see over here are how you add the second half to it, as well as converting it from just putting a chest there to collect the dye to automatically destroying the dye if you don't want to keep it. So let's look at what we're going to do for our first half, which we'll do the tutorial now. These are the materials to convert it from that storing of the dye in order to keep the dye in a chest to automatically destroying it. And before I go over there, let's take a look over here so you can see that this is creating a surplus. If this number decreases by the end of this video, you know we're running at a deficit. If this number has increased, then you know that this machine is operating at a surplus. So let's get those items into the inventory, and you can see it's just a copy. And you want to start by grabbing your chest and make a double chest. And into that double chest, you want to take your hoppers, and you want to point your hoppers into that chest and then into that hopper. We're going to take our furnaces and put them on top of those two hoppers, and then take your hoppers back out, and we're going to put two going into the back, one for each, and then one on top like that. And then we want to put one going down like this, and then one going into that one. So from your center point of your chest, you're going away at the top and towards on the bottom. And you can come over here and place a double chest here. This is where you're going to add your fuel. This is not an automatically fueled version. I will link an iCard in the top of your screen right now to one that will automatically power itself. This one you do have to supply your own fuel. And now let's start working on the redstone circuit. And we're going to do that by taking our half slab and putting it on the top of this furnace, and then we're going to take our solid block and put it on that chest. We're going to take our sticky piston and put it on top of that solid block facing over this half slab, and we're going to attach the redstone block to that, and we're going to put our piston on top of the redstone block. Now we want to grab our lever because when we put the dust to complete the circuit, you will see that it will start to bounce. So let's put the redstone dust here, and you can see that it is bouncing, and you can see that this piston is activating. Do be aware that there will be a couple of locations in your world where this piston will not activate. If that is the case, you just have to move everything over by 1 block, and that will get it to start working again. There's no way to fix that and keep it as compact and resource friendly as that. So we can lock this to stop it from bouncing on us, and we can get our rail out. This is going to be a temporary rail that we do need in order to put our minecart with hopper down. So we want to put it next to that piston, and then we're going to put our hopper minecart on top of that, and then be sure to destroy the rail. If you don't destroy the rail, putting the sand down, which we're doing next, won't work. The sand will just pop off. So now you can add one of your temporary blocks over there to be able to drop your sand on that and get rid of that. And now we can add our cactus right on top of here. And we can do another quick check to make sure that this is working and fast growing the cactus. A normal cactus takes about 18 minutes to grow. And as you can see, this is growing a lot faster than on average once every 18 minutes. So we know that our circuit's working, and we know that our zero-tick mechanic is working as well. So let's turn that off, and let's get our full blocks. They don't have to be glass. I like seeing it. And we're going to surround that in glass, and that's so that all of the production from this cactus will pop up. It'll go back down. The hopper minecart will catch it before it is able to be destroyed on the cactus itself. And you'll see that this is turned on, and we'll pop another one, and we have another one in there, and again. So it will catch all of the cactus. This has another added benefit. If the system ever does overflow, any excess cactus will pop up and then just pop right back down on top of it. You will not have any loose items in your world with this. And then we just need to add our levers to the front of these furnaces. And what that does is when you turn on the lever, it locks the hopper underneath to make it easier to grab a die out of your furnace in order to get all of the XP that's been building up. Just be sure to turn this back off to allow the items to continue to flow so that you will continue to burn more cactus and get even more XP. And already, this is your completed XP farm. You can wander off and it will continue working on its own. Now I said I'm going to show you how to convert this into an automatically destroying one. So we're going to remove those chests, and we're going to add some blocks here. These don't have to be glass. We're going to take our dropper, and we're going to put our dropper pointing into this glass, and you can see and hear that it is clicking and will spit out any die that it gets. So we can now take our lava to destroy this die so it won't be sitting loose in your world, and then just seal that up so you don't accidentally fall in. And now this system will continue to run, and it will not jam. As long as you've supplied it with sufficient fuel, it will continue to run indefinitely, continuing to build up that XP. So this again now is your completed smaller version. Now let's build the second half so we can get rid of these items. And for the second half, as I said, these are the items that we're going to need in order to build it. And I have a copy of that right here. So let's get that into the inventory. I will need to borrow a chest here. The chests that we destroyed there would be the 2 chests that you need to pretend I have in my inventory right now. So we're basically going to do the same thing in reverse. Let's just turn this off so it stops clicking on us. We're going to get our hoppers, and we're going to face 2 of them going into this dropper. We're going to take our furnace and put them on top. We're going to get more hoppers to place 2 on top going in and 2 from the back going in. And then we can put our double chest down here that we took from right there. And this again is your fuel chest that will power the 2 furnaces on this side. And then we want to put a hopper going in here, and then 1 traveling away from the center into that hopper there. So again, On top, we're going away. On the bottom, we're coming back in. So it is a mirror image on the other side. And now we can take our temporary rail in order to add our minecart with hopper. Again, do be sure to destroy the rail or the sand will pop off when you try and place it down. Drop that sand on there to trap that hopper minecart. We can put our cactus on, and then we're also going to surround that cactus with glass to make sure that all of the drops will go into the hopper minecart and then into the furnace. And we're going to take our levers and attach them for the same reason, to be able to lock the hoppers underneath. And already we are done. And now you have your 4-furnace version of this. Once all of the furnaces turn on, this will generate 34,560 XP per real life day, which is enough to go from level 0 to level 30 about 25 times. So it will take a little while for this to fill up. You will see that all of the drops will go into your first furnace and then into your first hopper over here before they will start to be transported over there, because this does make a surplus, and we can demonstrate that by going to check on this. And as you can see, we've gotten more items here. This has stayed the same. So we are operating on a surplus with 2 burning furnaces. So with only 1 burning furnace, this will eventually fill up. If you do have the spare crops, you can also just prime the system and manually add the cactus over here onto both sides just to get it started. And that'll just start making that XP faster. Or you can, as I said, let it fill up on its own. Go out and explore the world and come back and take the XP whenever you need it. If you found this video helpful, I would appreciate a like. Be sure to share this with your friends. And for more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for stopping by.